Simplicity is the outcome of technical subtlety. It is the goal, not the starting point. Maurice Saatchi. And my friends, we work continually to simplify our charts, our process, our method, because as Occam's razor teaches us, simple is best. The fewer moving parts you have, the less things that can break, to use that mechanical analogy for you. We look at primarily weekly vertical crossovers with our price percent oscillator. And we've had some good ones here lately. When we look at, and you know what I need to do? I'm looking here at my charts and I need to go back to regular hours. The nice thing about the kind of charts that we use is there are so many options with TC2000. It is the paid version of freestockcharts.com. We have links to both in your materials that come to you every day if you subscribe. And just go to chartingwealth.com, sign up for free. You'll get our daily reviews 4 days a week and our weekly review once a week, plus all the special trainings. And we have a great training for you today. The training is have a plan before pulling the trigger. We put those trainings out every day for our subscribers. Also, the daily market worksheets, weekly market worksheets, trade worksheets, PDF for those are in all of the materials, everything we send out. You can also look at your show notes at YouTube, at chartingwealth.com, and iTunes. You will also see links to those PDFs there. Sorry this is coming out so late today. I was supposed to be traveling to the West Coast to do some climbing in Yosemite, but thanks to those fires and all that smoke, that's been canceled. I couldn't even get to other places. And with internet issues, it has been a tough deal trying to get this out to you. But let's jump into these charts because we got a lot of interesting stuff going on. Check out the S&P 500. Looks like we might have a crossover week. This is just Monday, but that price percent oscillator is sure moving down. We see the strong red down candle first day of this week going into the third week, excuse me, of down movement. Now, I've got a very slow web connection here, so bear with me as we look at what happened on the latest candle for Friday. We saw a decent down candle. Well, this one is forming even greater. Look at that price percent oscillator continuing to stroke down. Derivative oscillator gaining downward momentum, price well below that 2-day trend line. That continues. We will have a weekly vertical crossover on the S&P at the end of the week. We look at the half-day chart. What do we see there? We see down movement in the morning, very strong, and a bit of a pullback in the afternoon, but that price percent oscillator still going down and the derivative oscillator. So we'll keep our eye on the S&P 500 as this week continues to move along. Now let's go to the Qs. Start always on the weekly chart. And again, this is a slow web connection. I want you to notice how well the charts do nonetheless. It's beautiful. I love TC2000. We have a $25 off coupon there. If you find it there at the website, under the show notes, or in your email every day, or at the YouTube channel, you'll see a link for $25 off for TC2000, the paid version of freestockcharts.com. Look at how the week is starting. Remember, we had a weekly vertical crossover at the end of this last week. Look at that red down candle forming. Look at the price percent oscillator heading down, derivative oscillator moving down. We'll see how there was strong down movement in the morning, tempered in the afternoon. First day of this latest 2-day candle. What is it showing us? Again, strong down movement, price percent oscillator, derivative oscillator, first day, peaking on down. Now we look at the half-day chart. What do we see there? Lots of down movement in the morning. In fact, some of you may have sold out your positions just in the morning. But what we saw happen was a bit of a pull back in the afternoon. See prices moving along that half-day trend line. Price percent oscillator down in the morning and then flattening out in the afternoon. So we'll continue to keep our eye on things, but things are looking fine on those larger charts. So we'll keep our nose to the grindstone, pay attention to what's happening. Remember, with any trade, you go ahead and you put in your profit and loss bands. The minute you jump in, you put in your good till canceled sell order in those practice trades. The minute your order is bought in, that is when you turn around and enter your good till canceled sell orders, so that if the market does pop, you catch that. Now, what do you set it at? Well, that all depends on what your experience is with those ETFs or stocks that you are trading. That's why we talk about finding a good set of 4 to 10 that you become very familiar with, that you practice with on a daily basis, 10 to 15 minutes a day. That's all we ask. Now, let's go to bonds. And we see bonds are up for the day as that loads up slowly. And we look at bonds, and again, we saw where bonds went down for 4 weeks. It looks like we're going into the 3rd week of bonds sliding sideways and maybe up a little bit. Price percent oscillator still going down. Derivative oscillator starting the week off is losing a little bit of momentum. Remember, that's only the first day of the 5-day candle. We look at the 2-day chart. We can see where things bottomed back on the 31st of August, and they've been trending upward since then. Is that 2-day chart going to cross over going up? We'll keep our eye on things and see. We look at the half-day chart. And again, the half-day chart shows a real bump up in the morning, peeling off a little bit in the afternoon. We talked to you about that 4-hour crossover, half-day crossover, and you can see they can't be trusted. We talked about not liking those because, again, it's the smallest wave. The wave we trust the most is what? The weekly. That's why weekly vertical crossovers is what we are about. We're willing to go with 2-day recrosses. That's where the 2-day moves in the opposite direction of the weekly, and the weekly keeps going in the direction it had been going, and then the 2-day moves back in the direction of the weekly. That is a 2-day recross in the same direction as the weekly. When that happens, we trust that if our backtracking, that is going back in time, shows us that it's worked over and over again with that particular stock or ETF. Check out gold, my friends, down over 2%. In fact, it was down even more than that during the day. And what do we see forming? A strong red down candle. We had that weekly vertical cross over on the week ending September the 11th. This last week might have made you question that a little bit, but again, we tell you, be careful, watch, see how well these weekly vertical crossovers work, and boom, I know a number of you had your profits hit and saw them sold out in your practice trades on Monday. That was beautiful. Took you just a week. What do we see with the price percent oscillator? It's heading down. Derivative oscillator heading down. This is just the first day of the weekly, so we'll see how gold continues to do through the course of the week. Look at that strong red down candle. First day of this latest 2-day candle price percent oscillator. Tipping over, going down. Derivative oscillator, which had been losing downward momentum, gained it. First day of this latest 2-day candle. Let's go and check out, look at that on the half-day chart. Bounding down, that's what I was talking about, being sold out in the morning. Again, another reason you put in your good till canceled sell orders so you can capture that. Then, of course, pulled back some in the afternoon. Folks, that's where we are as we end the day. Sorry, again, this is getting out late to you with the technical issues and the attempt to travel, but hey, that's the way it goes. We got it out to you nonetheless. God bless, my friends. If you want to support us here at the channel, of course, Patreon membership is appreciated. That lowest level of Patreon membership gives you what? It gives you our 3-part course and options made simple. We've got nothing but compliments on that. That comes free, along with all sorts of other training. Bitcoin training, the short chart training, the long chart training, and also the weekly question and answer sessions that monthly question and answer sessions that we have every month. The next one's coming up at the beginning of October. We ask all of our Patreon members to please email us the ETFs and stocks you're interested in us looking at for you to practice trade, along with the questions you have. and we will answer them for you. And of course, we spend usually about 30 minutes, 45 minutes or so in that live call-in, so we're always happy to have you with us. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.